Hey Kelly, Matt Sardo.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm very excited. Star Wars is coming out.
Yeah.
What I love about Rian Johnson is that he held a camera, a black and white camera, and took photos of everything while the film production was going on. And I was like, that's a filmmaker. What do you love about Rian Johnson?
The list goes on and on. Really, I think that not only did he write something that was so phenomenal and so different, and he's not afraid of taking risks, but he also feels like just a friend. Like he's like got this childlike sort of energy and excitement, and he loves Star Wars so much. And when we were making this movie, it really felt like we were just hanging out and shooting a movie in someone's backyard. It never felt like there was all this pressure to make this historic film. Like it all felt like we were just having fun. So
At the beginning of The Last Jedi, use one word to describe Rose.
self-reliant, which is a cheat because I actually saw that on a water bottle with her face on it. So the marketing team came up with that word, but now I'm using it in interviews.
At the end of Last Jedi, use one word to describe Rose.
There's not a water bottle for this one. I would say practical.
Interesting. When you take on a Star Wars role like Rose, do you think about the impact you're going to have on the younger generations?
Oh man, I mean, of course. I think that I think about that a lot, but in terms of doing the work, you kind of have to take all of that out of your mind. Everything when it comes to like how people are going to receive it or all of that kind of stuff, I think you have to kind of parse through because you want to just do what's honest to what's on that paper, right? So for me, of course, like I've thought about it a lot and I think about it a lot now, but I think when I was on set, I really just tried to concentrate on the acting part of it.
And you mentioned in previous interviews you went to the set every day, even when you weren't working. What was one of the main things you observed from that process, or you're going to take away with you?
I think just how many people it takes to make a movie like this. I mean, I realize that as an audience member, you watch a film and you're seeing all the actors and you're seeing all these effects and you're seeing all this stuff, but you don't actually realize how many people it takes to make a movie. You're not seeing all the editors, you're not seeing all the post-production, you're not seeing all of the costume design department, all of the art department, all the production design department. And as an actor, I didn't realize too that people are working on this movie for months, if not years, before the actors get to set to actually do the acting part of it. Those sets took months and months and months to make, and each creature, they're just all so incredible. And I think that what I really learned was just how much goes into filmmaking. And I felt really lucky that I was able to kind of witness all of that.
And now that you're Star Wars famous, is number one son going to go on tour?
I don't know. Oh my God, I love that you know my improv team. We still play in LA a lot. I don't know that we'll go on tour, but I love those girls, so it's very fun.
Were you able to use some of your improv skills in The Last Jedi?
I always tell people that I think improv is such a huge part of just who I am and the way that I see the world. And I think that it's a good skill to have. For example, let's say that you and I are having a conversation. And if I'm not really listening to what you're saying, I'm just planning what I'm going to say next. That's not really being a good recipient of whatever you're giving me. And I think that's the same thing in acting. Even though you know the lines before, in order to really be a supportive partner in acting, you have to be really listening to every tiny thing that your partner's giving you, or else you wouldn't be able to react correctly or authentically in that moment. So
I feel like you just critiqued me there.
Oh!
I'm kidding. In an interview with BuzzFeed, you stated your dad's response to your suggesting the family go see The Force Awakens was, "I hate movies like that. I don't know why people go see sci-fi movies." What was his response when you told him you got the part in the Star Wars film?
I love those movies. Such a liar. Yeah, well, he's going to the premiere with me next week in LA, so we'll see what he thinks.
I ask all my guests this question. If you were to star in a buddy cop film, who would be your partner and why?
Oh, John Boyega. Absolutely. Probably because I do feel like we clicked from the beginning. He's hilarious without even trying to be hilarious. Like, I had to go to comedy school to learn how to be funny. He's just automatically funny. Everywhere he goes, you just hear, like, bounties of laughter. And he's the best to work with.
And you're a nerd. You're a Harry Potter nerd, so you know about shipping.
Yes.
Okay, so is there going to be some Finn Rose shipping?
Okay, I can't say anything about that.
But do you think fans are going to be shipping?
I can't say anything about that. I mean, I will say who I like to ship outside of, like, let's pretend I'm not in this movie for a second. When I watched Force Awakens, I did some shipping of my own. And I'm totally Storm Pilot. Like, totally. Like, 100%. But you'll have to tell me what you think after you see Last Jedi and see who you're shipping.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you. Great to meet you.
Nice meeting you, too.
Thank you.